start the recording. To begin this session, Aaron and I realized this morning, or I realized this morning, that we had forgotten to invite a dean to our Meet the Dean session this morning, and that's because she is the newest dean on campus, and that's Dr. Consuela Blazes. Welcome, and she's here to meet you guys now. So, Dr. Blazes, would you like to tell them a little bit about yourself and about what you do?
Okay, good morning, everyone. So I am Dr. Consuela Blazes. I am a nurse. I've been a nurse for 23 years. I have started in this role 9 days ago now. I was the program director for practical nursing for the last 4 years. Been with the college for 6 years. Currently, my role consists of accreditation, and I oversee the Con Ed medical programs. So anything in the medical program side on the Con Ed side, I'm going to be taking care of. Don't exactly know everything I'm going to be doing yet, but I'm willing. I'm going to learn. Welcome to the college. It is a great environment. You're going to love it here. Like I said, I've been here 6 years, and I can't imagine myself anywhere else. And I do recognize some names already, but for those of you that I don't know, I cannot wait to meet you. Hey, Thea. Can't wait to meet you. Every time you see me, I'm going to have a smile on my face. That's just me. I'm a happy-go-lucky person, very approachable, so I may or may not be working in your department, but don't ever feel like you can't come to me with something. I am in the Harnett Health Science Building. Office number is 125, and you can find me in the directory if you want to send me an email or give me a call.
Thank you, Dr. Blazes.
Yes.
So which programs are, I know we have a lot of them, are considered Con
Medical program.
Ed health sciences?
Okay, so we have, now I have to go down the list. Nurse Aid 1 and 2. We have massage therapy, emergency medical services, EMT. Part of that is Con Ed, and part of it is curriculum. We have phlebotomy. We have pharmacy tech. We are now getting the medical math course restarted. What else? I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. CNA, yeah, I said NA 1 and 2.
There probably is something that we're forgetting, but
Yeah, there's probably somebody I'm forgetting, but there's a lot of, I said massage therapy. Oh, PTA.
Yeah.
And we will soon have OT. Trying to think what else.
OT, we're going to do an occupational therapy program for Con Ed or for curriculum.
Well, for curriculum, but I will be working closely with Tiffany. I think Tiffany's in here.
She is.
I think.
She
Okay.
is.
Yes. Yeah. Sports medicine for Con Ed. Yes. I'm glad you reminded me of about that one. And we are continuing to look at new programs. So I've got some new thoughts in my mind for new programs that we haven't gotten up and running yet, but got some new ideas.
So, and I think the world of Con Ed is one of those places that we can meet a lot of our service areas needs, and very rapidly change and add things and delete things that aren't being utilized. And so it's always interesting to see. And even within curriculum, I have students all the time that say, hey, I want to do a phlebotomy class because I need to get a job so I can help pay for college, right? I mean, and so,
That's right.
And they're like, how do I sign up for that? I'm like, I don't know, but I can tell you who to contact. I can take you someplace and have you do that. So, or pharmacy tech as well, because even some of them are thinking about, I might want to be a pharmacist and I want to start just to see what it's like to work in a pharmacy. So I want to do farm tech. And I'm like, okay. So we do have, there is a lot of crossover, and it's always good to know as much as you can about these different areas. So thank you for coming this morning.
You are very welcome. And, thanks for the invite.
Oh, you're welcome. Sorry we had to call you this morning. I'm sorry, we should have done that last week, but it wouldn't have mattered. You had to do an interview anyway, which is way more important, I think. So
I'm 9 days in. I'm still fresh.
Exactly. So I'll stop by sometime when I'm over in that area again. So, well, I live 5 minutes from Harnett Hill, so I'll have to stop by and see you. So,
Okay, awesome.
thank you,
All
Dr.
right,
Blazes.
enjoy orientation.
Thank you.
You're
So,
welcome.
this morning, she said she was in an interview, and so I wanted to share an interview story that relates to what Dean McMican was talking about a little while ago with um, the inclusivity and diversity things that he was doing. And so one of the questions we ask in our department oftentimes is, how do you address DEI issues in in the classroom? And so last year when we were interviewing, um, we were looking for a chemistry instructor, and one of the people that we interviewed said, "Oh, well, that's right. I hadn't really given that a lot of thought, but um, I would just refer them to the list of Nobel laureates for chemistry." And I said, "Okay." I put an X on them right there because if you go and look up the Nobel laureates for chemistry, there are a couple of women, not many, but a few women, but it's almost exclusively white male Europeans and North Americans, right? There is no representation from Africa or South America or Asia even. And so I'm just like, so you truly don't understand DEI, do you? So, diversity, equity, inclusion. So, yeah, so um, it's one of the issues that we will be addressing in our classrooms for sure. So, anyway, but thank you for coming this morning. We're gonna move on. We're gonna start talking about what they're gonna do next week. How's that? So, if you want to
Okay.
hang out, you can, but I know you're busy, so we'll see you later. Thank you, Dr.
Bye.
Blazes. Um, so guys, this morning for our last session about teaching, I wanted to wrap up. Before we get going, Aaron, do you have any announcements that they need to know before the end of this week, before the end of today, that will help them coming up?
I don't have any announcements, but I will be sending an email sometime this afternoon that will include information about that shared drive. I should have a spreadsheet that has all of the recordings linked, also in that shared drive from all the sessions for the past week. So those sessions will also live in our PD Blackboard. So if you ever want to go back to and revisit one to refresh your memory on some of the things we've covered, those will always be available to you. And there will also be a brief survey in the email that I send later today that we would really appreciate your feedback on what you liked, what you didn't like, or suggestions for improvement on this orientation experience. So we appreciate you, and let me give you one last welcome to the college.
Thanks, Aaron. So, yeah, so Aaron sends out monthly newsletters with lots of professional development opportunities in it. Some of them range from teaching to wellness to personal finance, all kinds of things. So look for emails from Erin at least monthly, but she'll send you guys out some specific information this afternoon. So I thought we would wrap up with this session this afternoon. You guys are going to have lots of time to work on your classes again. But I thought we would wrap up talking about teaching with revisiting what great teaching is. You guys have heard lots of stuff about teaching in the last few days. So I have something that I like to do as a group activity with like 4 people, but because we're virtual, it doesn't work so much to do it that way. So we're going to do it individually. And this sometimes works great, and some people love it and some people hate it. Okay. Um, I am not an artist. Some of you probably are really good artists. And so this is a way that you can get students to convey stuff as instead of having them write a paper or do a calculation, I want you guys to draw a picture, okay? You can draw it on a piece of paper. You can draw it using any kind of virtual stuff that you want to use. And I want you to draw a picture of a great teacher, okay? So if you draw it virtually, so like on a Jamboard or on a virtual whiteboard or anything like that, let me know, and I when we come back, I'll promote you up to a moderator so you can share your screen. Um, Or if you just draw on a piece of paper and you can turn your camera on and hold it up to the camera so we can all see it, that's fine as well. However you want to do it, it's up to you. Colors work. Don't have to be colors. Can just be pen and ink, ink and pencil or whatever you want to do on a piece of paper. Um, so I want you to draw me a picture of a great instructor. So I'm going to give you let's see, it is now 10:46. So at 5 to 11, we're going to come back and we're going to share some of our pictures. I'm going to do one too because I think that I should do everything I ask you to do. So I'm going to do one as well. So you got about 10 minutes to draw a picture of a great instructor. How's that? And be ready to share it at 5 till. Go. Questions? We're good? All right, good draw. All right, we got about 2 more minutes for you guys to finish up your drawing. So hopefully you're finishing up and getting ready to share. All right. So, are you guys ready? Raise your hand if you're ready. Okay. That's it. Most people are not ready. How much longer do you need?
It don't take long to make a mess.
No, mine's like totally ugly, but it is what it is, right? So, okay.
Yep.
All right. So I said that you could use a Jamboard. I don't know if everybody knows what a Jamboard is. Jamboard is one of the utilities within the Google Suite, right? So if you're in your Gmail account and you go up to the top right hand side and you scroll and you click on, you can create a Jamboard. And Jamboards are kind of cool because you can send the link to people. They can add sticky notes or they can draw. So I will share mine to get us started, if that's okay, unless somebody else wants to go first. So I'll share mine. So there's mine. Told you I wasn't an artist. You want me to explain it, or somebody want to help me explain it? I see. This is what we would normally do: is pair up and would talk about them. Thanks, Dane, for saying it's beautiful.
Dane. Oh. It's nice.
There's several key components on here. There's 4 things that I really think about.
I think yours is a lot just like mine. I'll try to share mine next.
Thanks, Dane. Dane got some of them. It's got a big brain and a big heart, right? Because you got to know your material. So and we hired you because you're an expert in the field. It's got a big heart because you have to have about people. You have to care about people. It's a good listener because it's got big ears.
Yep.
Got open arms. Good. So you guys are getting the point, right? It's got one other thing that is on there that I think is important as well. Anybody else? There's one other component on there. I didn't even think about the open arms, but that's good on second. Thanks, Tiffany, for giving me credit for that. There's one other thing on there. Eyes.
Eyes.
Yeah, the eyes are important. I tell people that, I believe in the saying that the eyes are the window to your soul. And so what I do with my students every day as they're walking in is I look at their eyes, right? And I judge them, right? I judge them. How are they doing today? You know, is today going to be a really good day? Are they excited to be here? Or are they having some issues that they, you know, maybe they just need to be low key today and they're going to sit there and they're not going to participate as much today because they got something going on.
Mhm.
Maybe I stop them after class and say, "Hey Sue, I noticed that you're a little bit more quiet today. Is there anything I can do to help you with? You know, how can I help you today?" Right? I don't call them out in front of everybody, but I might notice that. So, and you might be the only one that notices it because you're with them more than anybody else. So, um, thanks. I appreciate. Man, I think I got a new career in art because I conveyed the message. You guys got everything I was trying to do. That was awesome. So, thank you guys for looking at mine first. So, um, who wants to go
Okay.
next? Chris said I can promote.
Mine
Chris
is a
said you.
lot like that. How do I share it? Just
Well,
share
I
my
have to.
screen?
Hold on, Dr. Grubb, and I'll promote you.
Only through my hand.
Can you commission a piece for my office for your new office for me? Um, yeah, they're cheap. You know, this one's probably worth at least 5 cents or so. I'll be glad to to print one out and send it to you, Dane. So who wants to go next?
I drew
Anybody?
one on paper.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Keisha, show it.
All right. I don't know if you can see it very well. Can you see it? Or do I need to take a picture?
No, I can see it.
Okay. And
So
the
you have
words
some
are
things
there.
labeled, right?
Yeah, I have great thinker, fun and relatable based on the hairstyle. Um, a great listener too, so I have listener labeled here. Heart at the mouth though, not the chest. Professional from the tie. Welcoming, the arms, and eyes observant. Eyes and nose observant.
Hmm.
So that's
So
it.
lots of the same kinds of things. It's
Yeah,
uh, the tie for being professional.
there's some amount of that.
Yeah, there has to be some respect, right,
Yes.
between the student and the instructor. The student has to respect you as an instructor. That's important. A lot of our really young instructors suffer with that, right? They have trouble se- having the students see them as um, more than a peer because they're so young or so close in age. Um, I used to not like wearing a tie when I taught, and I would tell Dr. Marchant was our president before Dr. Chapman, and when I was a full-time instructor, he would always try to get me to wear a tie, and I'd say no. I say when it makes me a better instructor, when you can explain that it makes me a better instructor, I'll be glad to wear a tie because I never had that problem because I'm an old guy, right? And so people just kind of look at me and it's positional. I don't have to work for that kind of respect thing, but some people do, right? So the way you dress is important, right? So um, I'm going to pick on Anthony because he's in my screen right now. He dresses for his profession, right? And that's what we tell people to do. Dress for your profession. Set the example for what the student should see. So if you're teaching electronic or electrical systems, you don't want to be wearing a tie. That's not productive, right? It actually can get you in trouble, get in the way. So you want to set a good example for that. So I like the tie idea. It's you have to use it appropriately, right? So good, good. Thanks, Keisha. So who
Okay,
else wants to share?
I figured out how to share that, so I'm gonna share mine
Okay,
next.
go ahead.
Um, I
You shared a blank white screen.
there it
There it
is.
is. Yep, got it.
So it's supposed to be showing that this teacher is, they're knowledgeable. That's their cap, like a professor. They're inclusive. They're caring. So you see, they're a big heart. they're compassionate, and that's supposed to be the students.
I like it. I like it. And some people view their students as their children almost, right? They're very protective of them. Okay. So yeah, I like it. Anybody else? Anybody else want to share your picture?
I'll share mine, but I don't know. I think I might have got it wrong. Mine is more about. Well,
Dr. Grubb, can you stop sharing? Hold on just a second. Okay, go ahead, Farrell.
Can y'all see it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no joke.
So you guys got to forgive me. I'm down here on the farm, but I think my role is to show students how good a teacher nature is, to kind of get them clued into natural processes and observing nature. And so my good teacher down here is nature.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He needs to be an art instructor.
Yeah, that's very
Wow.
good.
I like that. That's great. I mean, you're going to use what you have available to you to connect to those students, right? There's nothing wrong with that, John. I love it. I love the concept,
Mm-hmm.
right? So everybody interprets a little bit differently. As long as you can explain what you're doing, that's what's important. So, Chris, I promoted you up. Do you want to share? I agree, Tiffany. I'm glad I went first. Chris, you see? There you go. It's coming. There you go. Oh, look at that. Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Chris, you want to explain? Educators build community. Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. They do, don't they? How do we build community? It's about those relationships between us and the students and each other, the students and their environment, right? We don't want higher education to be an ivory tower. Yeah, I hate that ivory tower concept, right? I mean, if you think you're better than your students, then that's a problem, right? We all have life problems and issues, and that's part of it, right? I don't mind sharing. Like when I'm having a bad day, I tell my students, "Hey, look, I'm having a rough day. I had to put my dog down this morning, and just bear with me. We're gonna get through this." And they understand, right? Because they go through the same thing. Or my car's in the shop. Yeah, right. They totally understand. So, absolutely about. We got some awesome artists here. So, Thea emailed me hers because she said she was having trouble sharing. So I'm going to share hers. And Thea, is your mic working? You want to explain it?
Absolutely. Well, I don't know if there's much great. I know y'all are jealous at that beautiful display right there, but we make mistakes. We live in the present. We try not to have any bias. We're person-centered. I had the word ethics at the top there, but it got cut off.
Chopped
We're
off.
ethical. Yeah, we're ethical. We have to have our own set of morals and values, but following the ethics and the guidelines of the college is really important. Interpersonal skills, we have to be able to talk to others, have the welfare of others, be able to hold our tongue, and honestly be able to appreciate yourself, have your own sense of identity. Some of the problems I've had with instructors of the past and with some instructors I've worked with is they're not sure of their own sense of self, or they have mixed boundaries. And when someone says they had a problem, they get invested, but maybe overly invested. So we have to be careful of our boundaries because we want to help and we want to be there and we want to help everyone, but we also have to help ourselves. We also have to be able to protect ourselves. So we can do this for 10 to 15 more years. So that's mine.
Yeah, I like it. And Chris made a comment, wow, so many important words, right? So many
Mm-hmm.
so many things on there. There's a
I miss
lot of
working
things
well
that
with.
go into being a great teacher, right?
Yes.
A lot of things.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And
This
you
isn't even an exhaustive list. I
and
mean, there's so
no,
much
it's
more.
not, but I think it conveys the message that there are a lot of things that you can do or you can work on, and you could work on each one of these different things, and to get no one of them makes you a great teacher, right? It's the sum of all of them and how they come together for you as a person to relate with those students, right? I at least that's how I view it in my mind. Because let's say you were just totally passionate about what you're doing. I mean, great. There's a lot of people who are passionate about chemistry, but they can't teach, right? It's part of it. You have to have that passion for your subject. So, yeah, Chris's comment about making mistakes. Gonna fall forward. Yep. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It happens. We Once you teach for a while, almost everybody makes a mistake in class, right? Whether it's working a problem wrong or just doing something incorrectly, it's okay to say, "Hey guys, I messed that up. Let's fix it." You know, or let's start there tomorrow and we'll get it right. Because we all make mistakes. It shows that you're human. Okay, so. All right, I'm going to stop sharing this one. Anthony,
I'll
you
tell
keep
you the next.
popping up on my screen. You going to share?
Yeah, might as well get it over with. Farrell has set the standard for artwork, and so mine is nowhere close. How's that? Does everybody see my little sketch?
Yeah.
This is a student who is sitting quietly and he's thinking. I never do anything right. I'm in doubt, and they never speak. They're always sitting in the back of the room because they're used to following the rules, a rigid set of rules in our classrooms. The next thought I had was a kid actually speaking to us. What about this? He's engaged. He's included. He's accepted for what he can think, what he can say.
Mm-hmm.
How's that?
Good. And so how do you transform that kid that's so quiet into one that has confidence and wants to participate?
Well, in the past, I have had just like what we've all discussed the past few days, just sit and talk to them one-on-one, get to know them, just ask them questions, find out what they like, what they don't like, what they're involved in, and that way they feel accepted. They want to talk to you, and they don't bother them in front of other people. Just stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Find out what they are good at so that they feel a little bit more confident about sharing for that topic, right? So, or maybe they're just not comfortable talking and maybe they would be more comfortable sharing a drawing as opposed to talking about the drawing. Who knows, right? I mean, they might have something, or maybe they'd be really good at demonstrating something, some technique or something for everybody. You don't know. Every kid has their own special ability. So, well, Tiffany, we'll move on. Tiffany, you you have fun in your drawing. Well, let's see your drawing so we can see that, Tiffany.
Yikes.
Is it on paper? Okay. You got to hold it up to the screen so
It's
we
on
can see
paper.
your camera.
So, can you see it? So it
Yeah.
has an open
Oh,
door.
yeah.
And I have my dancing cowgirl boots on with a skirt and some hearts on my shirt, some big ears for listening, a smile, some great
I
hair.
like it. I like it.
Hmm.
Right? So there's a, um, right? So each part goes into building her. Anybody else want to share? Who hasn't shared? Shelly, you there? You want to share? I'm not gonna force anybody to share, but I'm gonna ask. What does it say? Scooch it up a little. My students learn and grow with heart and kindness. Yeah. Oh, look, you're watering them. Oh my goodness. We can't hear you for some reason. Still can't hear you, but I like the drawing. I like that you're watering them. One of the sayings I have in my office that, okay, is when a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment in which it grows, not the flower, right? And so one of our jobs is to help our students grow and bloom. And so you can water them, you can give them some sun, you can give them some fertilizer, right? It's to help them get to that point. Okay. I like the concept. I love that concept. Dane, you gonna share?
I'm embarrassed to, but I will. Well, let me preface this by saying I'm a math teacher, and we like to simplify everything into lines and curves. So my drawing is going to reflect that. I'm also packing up my office, so I don't have a lot available to me right now. But we've got students working at different levels. One student's like doing their thing with addition and division, while the other students doing like integral calculus, but we're still meeting them where they are. The teacher's wearing a bow tie because this is a professional math classroom. And he's saying great work student name because he knows their name, and that's really important. But yeah, that's what I got.
Cool. So taking advantage of each student's ability again, right?
Absolutely.
And building them up.
Mm-hmm.
So that student that's doing the addition and subtraction, the basic math skills, maybe it's because of their background and they're not ready for the integrals yet, but maybe one day they will be.
Mm-hmm.
We have to get them ready, right? If that's their goal in life.
Absolutely.
So
I'm going to put this in inter-office mail to you, Rodney, so you can hang it in your office.
thank you. I'm going to print mine out and send it to you.
Thanks.
Or I'll drop it by your office in Harnett when I come by there one day.
Please do, anytime.
So who else hasn't gone? Julie? Do you feel like sharing, Julie? Is she not here? Julie, are you here? Maybe Julie's not here. Oh, she's not ours. So you don't have to share. You want to tell us about your drawing, Julie, as opposed to showing the drawing? What are the concepts that you put on it? Yeah. Big heart, right? Yep. And I wanted to share mine first because I'm also not an artist, and so that's why I shared mine first to kind of set the tone. Oh, a team shirt. I like that, right? You see, right? That makes you relatable to everybody else. A CCCC shirt. Ah, I like it. Good. One of the questions that faculty sometimes ask that brings up CCCC shirt, where do you get CCCC swag at? There's a couple different ways you can get it. You can go to the bookstore and buy it. It tends to be expensive, particularly if you want a collared, like professional shirt. Sometimes there are different organizations that will be selling them. Every now and if you get to know the right people, they will get shirts made for their programs or their students. Like I have a couple of vet med shirts. I have a youth build shirt. Um, I'm surprised I don't have a trio shirt. I should. Um, I got a shirt from Kelvin Hunt one time for their recruiting students, and I got one from them. So sometimes you can get them from different programs and stuff once you get to know people. Some programs have shirts made. So yeah, so I'm not gonna share that in public, Dane. That's personal information. So, but yeah, so CCCC swag is often cool, particularly on Fridays. We do have a more relaxed dress on Fridays. Dr. Chapman has said that jeans and like a CC shirt or sweater, they will have somebody on campus sometime soon from one of the local embroidery shops where you can order a custom, CC shirt that'll be embroidered with the CC logo on it. So look for those announcements and staff announcements on the intranet as well. So, but that's I love that CC shirt. That's a good idea. So, do we get one as part of this orientation? Aaron, are you there? Oh, okay. I was going to ask Aaron. I would say, Keisha, that's a great idea. I wish we had some to share with you. Maybe we can do that next year. We were talking, so we were doing. I'm telling. So I'm going to tell Aaron what the suggestion is. They said that they should get shirts for being part of this orientation.
Well, I'll have to up the budget for next year.
Aaron says she'll put it in the budget for next year.
Actually, since we didn't get the feed down there.
Aaron just had a suggestion. We're gonna work on getting you guys some T-shirts or something. We absolutely will, because I think y'all are worth it. You deserve it. You guys have put in some hard work, and I think that you're ready now to go out and meet your students. Look for emails from Aaron that will have the welcome week schedule for the next couple of days. There are a couple of sessions in there, or several sessions that you guys might be interested in going to. Work on your classes this afternoon. I will be in touch soon, because I like to come around and meet everybody in their office and to talk about teaching as the semester goes on. So look for emails, right? I mean, I keep my Gmail open all the time because that's where our email is, but be looking for us to contact you and to talk more about teaching as we continue to go on. I think it's been a good week. I hope you guys have learned some stuff from us. I hope we've shared. I hope you kind of understand what we see as a mission and vision for the college and what our important values are. That it's a lot about relationships, right? And go out there and enjoy your students. Have fun. Do something fun the first week so the students enjoy your class. Okay? Blow something up, Keisha.
Yeah.
Yeah. They always love that. So,
I know they do.
and Chris is in Pittsburgh. Keisha's in Pittsburgh. We got some Pittsburgh people. We got some Harnett people in here. We got people spread all over. Tiffany's way up at Chatham Health Sciences. I have to go back up there. I've been there one time, Tiffany. I'm going to try to come see you. So, you guys have a great afternoon, and we'll see you guys soon, okay?
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Remember to come get some food sometime.
Thank you.